God, man. I hope that those levels okay. But welcome to the stream. Yeah. Today we'll be continuing on our journey on Paranormasight. Yeah. So, a quick recap. I mean, before we do the quick recap, I guess. Welcome to the stream again. What did I want to say? Of course. I clearly have my brain together today, guys. As you can clearly tell from the title. But yeah, trigger warnings for the game. This is a horror mystery game, and there'll be mentions of death, images of death, and there's no blood, so surprisingly, just death. But yeah, it's not a kid-friendly game. That's all. But yeah, welcome to the game. Yesterday we completed Shogo's route. Today we'll be continuing on to the lady's route. I can't remember her name. I for real forgot her name. I think it's Harune. I could be wrong. I can't remember her name, guys. But today's stream might not be as long as I plan it to be, depending on, because I've only planned to finish her route today, but it depends on how long we'll take and how long the thing will be, because tomorrow we'll be playing Pathfinder when it's at 7 a.m. guys. I have to wake up before 7 a.m. It's earlier than what I do for work. So it's gonna be very, very early for me. So probably gonna try my best to sleep early today. That means after the stream I'm gonna go pass out. That's why we can't stream as long as I want to today. But a bit exciting to play Pathfinder tomorrow. Yeah. So let's just jump into the game. Okay, let me unmute the audio. Aki. So yeah, Harue. I remember her name correctly. Her name is Harue. And this is what we did yesterday at Shogo. We did this route. If you want to know more about it, go check out the board in the chat out. Just click on my name, but check it out afterwards. Okay, don't click out the stream now. But we got Harue. We have two other people as well, the Tetsuo, which is a detective man, and Yahako, a high school girl. But yeah, let's jump straight in. Oh Jesus. May those who mock fire perish in flame. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone, the haunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire starting device on your person. Press the use curse button to set your target alight. Yes guys, arson arc. It is time for arson arc. Oh shoot, okay. Kills by burning one who is in possession of fire or fire starting device. Resemble memory. Red. Everything's like crimson. My house is burning to the ground. It's hot. So hot. I must call for help. But I cannot speak. My throat must burn out from smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right. I just used these clappers. Clack, clack. Is anyone there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm gonna burn to death. Did it come to this? Alright. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch, those haunting cold eyes, had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in anacondas? This was the karma. The sound of a heavy wail feels like my head, my street open. Ah, right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sounds of the clappers. I gotta do it louder. Clap, clap. A very, very interesting start of the game, guys. Now, kill. Can you hear it, Casbera? You who so strongly desire the right, kill them. I hope the audio levels are not too loud, guys. Okay. 12 a.m. 하루의 시기마. Oh, she has a mansion. Damn. I mean, she's a rich lady, from what we learned previously. Back with me, ma'am? Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I have ever seen this smell. Sweet dreams? Brother, does she look like she had sweet dreams? She's a housewife who resides in a manor near Shumoku Ridge. Her 11-year-old son, Suichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was results of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper had him cut all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. The incident was covered up and Suichi's killer remained at large, leading the aggrieved Haruhi to call on the services of private investigator Richard Kai to uncover the truth. The Shigema family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in the Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important position in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigema line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Haruhi's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency and husband adopted into the Shigema clan through an arranged marriage. It's also a highly respected agency official. However, as the family prioritized works above all else, it wasn't long before Haruhi's marriage grew cold. Though she wants not for nothing. She is isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haruhi a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Following the incident, Haruhi spent many days in deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship. A few months ago, Haruhi's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home. With Haruhi left to live in the large empty mansion alone, as a housekeeper who had been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haruhi has nothing but time on her hand. Oh damn. A sad lady. No, not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. So if you guys just tune in and don't know who this guy is, it's Richard Kai. He's a private detective that I guess Jojo posted on us yesterday. A private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he was not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Audacity and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. Same brother, he looks like a escort. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the guy that we met at the Honjo Bridge. So yeah. Oh, he was once a police officer, racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need, and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature led him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. Damn. How he is still in the business is a mystery. With some mystery that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. We just studied alongside Detective Junario, the guy that Ricey was making fun of yesterday. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerism, Richard excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, true, that only ever succeed at impressing himself. Richard's biggest source of happiness is nursing his a female albino parakeet, Ernestine Stein, which he keeps in an office. He enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents. Interesting, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richard typically leaves the office and Ernestine in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richard after being involved in a previous case. It sounds like a freaking detective anime, not gonna lie. Like, they could have a whole ass spin-off series about him only. This agency is called Azure Heron Agency. Okay. We're not gonna read through these, okay? Why is it lagging? And I know why is it lagging. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my charger on. Yeah. Okay. You can talk to him after that. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I really find it a use for it. It's true. Well, I feel like fax machines are really like, you know, a artifact of the past. I have personally never used a fax machine, but I've seen one at work. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who printed it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what flowers are these called. Isn't this television we had? A color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there is no remote control. We had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. And it was a very old big house. Where's that? Oh, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, it made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. I put it up just before. Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it. It's Honjo. It's Honjo. Honjo. It's a fucking chicken. It's traced. From way back and said, "This is real collector's item." Excuse me? Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot of a trist. Okay. Excuse me? Don't tell me you never heard of the mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up up like rough and tumble delinquents. I never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is nobody knows who made them. Hold up, I need to take another picture of this. This amuses me, guys. You understand? Nobody knows who. The best part is nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town soon enough. They were on everyone's heart. The story goes that they have been made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in some specific spot. Sounds like a secret code or some bullshit. No one knows when or where they show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. Let me see. Hold on. Let me send it to the Discord. To think that one would turn up here and of all places. This is a good sign. I'm sure of it. My man, you have very weird definitions of good sign, but okay. Oh wow, that's nice. Oh, I got a mocking chick out of the achievement. Is so cute, guys. We can collect them. But there's 20 of them. Oh my god. Guys, I have to collect them all. Okay, I will do that. I'm gonna search for stickers of birds. Oh. A stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often. Okay, let's talk to you. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what's that all about? Well, where to start? Interesting, very interesting. So the haunting clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection and gave you the curse you need to do it. Have I got that right? That's true, that's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I saw the cursed stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. My heart is still racing. This is it, my chance at long last. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence. It isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already in there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched onto my soul along with the curse echoes resentful memories. So I can feel it. What it was like. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Writhed in flames, writhing in pain as my flesh beckons and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they are carrying fire. I see. That could be a problem. Ma'am, you're just openly planning murder in front of a ex-cop, now private detective. Good job, my man. You think so? From what I know of you, I will sure you see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment, remind ourselves where we come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. My heart's still racing. This is it, my chance at long last. Oh, clock. The swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. It feels livelier than usual with Richard here. Usually it's just me. What else are we missing in here? Don't think there's anything else, right? Zero. I guess we can keep talking to him. Oh. That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigima. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so like, by the way, I can't read, guys. I've been turning up over every last tone and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. Oh shit, so you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember, you were just about to tell me. Okay, so the kidnapping overview is a kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida, around 1 year ago. The son, 11 years old, was kidnapped on the way home with a ransom being demanded the same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought to be a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shirima family was closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. Damn, you think they'll be scared because they'll be more protected? Nah, my man just went for the big fish. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force, and after 3 days of failure after failure, Haruya reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible. But her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. My man, just get the person alive safe. Money doesn't matter at this point. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed, and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police incompetence, but this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. This is the problem with pride, I guess. Oh no, our son. I mean, the mom's son. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother. Amid his father's, oh my god, he dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Then, born in the early 70s, his Spanish days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus. I did never learn the abacus as a kid, guys. I can't count and I can't read. Taking English lessons and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's need over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them to all go to hunt for mockingbird stickers. It was so sad. Oh my god, you know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I've done, and then you can make a decision. Alright. Okay, I guess we could look at the information. Oh, no, I don't want to look at him. I suppose there's not much point. I can't read, guys. Give me 5 seconds to close my eyes and reset my eyes. I suppose there's not much. I still can't read, guys. Point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit call back to, let's see here, northern Oyoko River here in Sumida City. It's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from, but it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's call. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by a car on his road home. Maybe, but exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. Shit, it was an inside job. That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood too. I have even seen him warning the other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there weren't any witness to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone up into a car without that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So did they target him at some other time? somewhere else away from his usual route. Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must just have gotten lucky. Why not turn the problem on its head? The Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about it in a occult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they said the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me about that, it felt like my prayers have been heard. Like I've real hope for the first time. Ever since the awful day, I wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom? Another day goes by when I don't think I would still, that if I had done something differently, Shoji would still be alive. You can't blame yourself, man. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though I knew that won't help any, grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're here after the rite. Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. Wait, what? I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, or big but. If the rite is real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Does it look like we have soul right now, guys? Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I have to stop. The police officer is coming out. Oh, that's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all. I thought if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills may come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily queue for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear. Why have I gotten myself into? My man, she can kill you and you're just, fucking around like that. The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into the car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if they were somebody that he would have a reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one chose numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it was someone that he knew? Or rather, or if the culprit... Oh yeah, shit, there's a possibility. Or if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigima family has close ties with the police after all. He would have a reason to trust them. You might be right, but surely that couldn't have. There's a problem with the theory. You'll be surprised how much the police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids who have been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that the danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Surely you can't mean. Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? As someone like that said that they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car? He might have, or should. My husband always told him about that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed in, then we might have something there. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. Oh shoot, this is like deep guys. So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See what I said about people's biases? That goes for witness too. And I figured that maybe if I start asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can say that for sure. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if he could talk in private. This is sassy as fuck. But it's a year since the kidnapping. I thought people can remember anything better, you know, like the details and such will be lost. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. You can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Who the fuck are you? Jonoichi. Wow. Got it. Jonoichi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right? He's like a sassy person, I'm sorry. It's the hair, I think. Of course, what else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. You could excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who is trying to kill you? A student called Michiyo Shiraishi. Interesting. Let's Google, eh? Sounds like a bit naughty. It's nothing like that. The girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michiyo Shiraishi, I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and let him away. I didn't think much of it at that time. But then he went missing. But how will you know it's him? Eh? Sounds sus. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't get to me. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she would kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life. So you've been sitting all this time and you think she's coming for you now that you spilled the beans? Yes, that's it, exactly. I'm begging you to let her get to me. Arrest her, telling she's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. That's true, her house is. I forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you never understand. Enough, I'll find someone else to help me. Hey. And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. At the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Then if you can find that girl. Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name is Kohei Jonoichi. I can't read. Jonouchi. He's a teacher at Komakata High School here in Sumida. A teacher. Then the schoolgirl is one of the students. I think that's very likely. That's why he knew her name. That makes sense. At last we got a lead. Hopefully it'll be a breakthrough we're looking for. If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. Oh shoot, okay. Either of the options, one will kill him. Okay, wait, let's do a quick save. Either we'll kill him in this scenario or we use him. Okay, let's see what I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul tracks? If that was all you were after, then I would lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee stolen curse stones will work, but we can worry about that later. Then I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Will you disapprove? They would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. Okay. Before you go any further, why don't you tell me about the curse of yours? The haunting clappers, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, and attack could come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. I would stay at home, brother. And if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. Olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. It seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it out, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket and say that the condition were already fulfilled. Before they even know you were there, and they wouldn't know what hit them. Oh shoot, it's like what happened to Shogo then. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could. They would have to do what I said. Should school work, although without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse, then back out at the last second. The last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter. Oh my god, I have a lighter right here. You could try it now. No. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. I see. You're not one then. If you don't like me saying, and I don't think it's just a curse. You flatterer. Oh my god. Not the time to flirt, my man. As for what if we do next, first of all, I think we should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. It's smart. Right then, have you decided what you want me working on? Okay. We can investigate the kidnapping or help me to write. But Komagata High is one of the locations though. Bringing my son back is more important. I want you to help me with the rite of resurrection. Roger that. The way it is. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I just look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up, I can start asking questions. I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you. That's more than enough. The reason he's so nice is because we're paying him, guys. I think that's all. What else do we have to talk to him about? The chicken. Oh wait, finally. Oh, I had to click on it. Okay. Eh? What else do we have? Can we leave? Is there an option? This is the same dialogue over again. Okay. Are we missing something again? I could be blind again. Hold up, let's zoom and look around the room. Are we missing anything? The television, nope. I'm missing anything, guys? I can't see shit. How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, ma'am, but not everyone has a price. I've got my policies and I stick to them. I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me see. It's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. Okay, makes sense. Is it this dialogue that I'm missing? Okay, we should stay indoors, try not to do anything spontaneous. Okay, what am I supposed to do, hey? Am I missing anything, guys? I don't see shit though. You guys are gonna hear me clicking my mouse in silence. I try to figure out what the heck am I supposed to press next. The chandelier, of course, it's fucking chandeliers. The lights. The chandelier is the only thing in here that's my choice. It's my favorite part of the room. This is it. No? Are you missing anything else? No. Chandelier, light scroll, fox version, flower instrument, stereo. Don't think I'm missing anything else. Eh? How am I missing, guys? Right. This brain cell I got none. And once the city wakes up, I can start asking questions. Guys, what am I missing over here? My fucking god. Are we missing things, guys? Probably. Where is it? I can't see. It just has two of us sticking in silence because I can't figure out what to do next. Ah, the table, oh my god. The gas table. I don't even know where my father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it. Are we done from this part? No? Am I missing something else still? Oh my god. Am I missing the chair? Huh? What am I missing, guys? Guys. The fuck am I missing? I've hovered everywhere, guys. I can find shit. Look at the clock. My man, help. No. Is there anything on us that... No, don't even have the item option. Richard, help. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What the fuck am I missing? Hold up, I have to Google this. It's not good sitting here for 20 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck is missing. Hold up. Am I cheating? Maybe. Let me just freaking fast forward through this bullshit. I was gonna sit here in silence as you watch me stare at space. Am I missing something or did it bug out? It might have bugged out, honestly, guys. Or I'm missing something, could be that. Okay, it's not a bug. Apparently, people have found the same fucking problem. A fucking phone beside the fax machine. I'm angry. Oh my god. I have no comments. Oh my god, it's the phone. I hate the phone. No. I should get to work. There's only so much time before the sun rises. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. He looks like a fucking cowboy no matter how you look at it. Alright. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out in the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it and try to be ready for anything. I will. Oh, if that's all, I should be going. Oh my god. It's been almost an hour since Richard left. He promised he'll call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. That means nothing happened. So all I can do is wait and wait. That's so sad, guys. Oh. What's this? A newspaper? It must have fallen off the chair. It's a newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one, in fact. Years, in fact. Or it's not like I have anything better to do. It looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. Remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted? The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste. And it stank so badly it makes my eye water. Eventually people started getting sick. And it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smoke. All sorts of articles about the current economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we are moving into the era of large corporations. It's about 220 to 230 yen to the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise, and exports are healthy. The dollar is down from its height, and people are saying it could fall further. There's no denying how much standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. Now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming out with all kinds of new diversions. It seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to arcades to shoot aliens. But now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our television. Everyone's talking about the superhero series, foreign films and movies based on the latest bestseller. Back in my days, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. But now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up any of that. Are you sure? I don't want to read anymore. You only remind me of him. I don't really watch much television. It feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. But father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping back when it happened. I was glad about that, less fuss. If there's one thing Honjo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. It brings back bad memories. Suicide at local high school. Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. What? But no, this can't be right. Her name, Michio Shiraishi. Oh my god, from Komagata High School. It can't be. Although with everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays, most people can only dream of home ownership. The city center is going to be nothing but apartments before long. It's not exactly. I'm not exactly a businesswoman, so this is all feels like another word to me. Whoa! I saw the game. I heard that the new big thing is the mascot. Oh, what did I open? I opened the settings to OBS. I heard a new big thing is it's some mascot line of the birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. Is that what Richard was talking about? Chances to have such short lives now, with how quick the times are changing. I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. As young people who are leading the way with their modern worldviews, our generations will only fall further behind. Now the comedy boom is over, all the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. To get all these paranormal specials. I'm waiting for Richard to contact me, but he hasn't. I made sure the receiver is on the hook. He'll ring as soon as he calls. Oh, that must be him. Hello, Shigima residence. Richard called me out to meet him, and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richard, there's something I need to tell you. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing. We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on the one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. The Sumida River. The water is swiftly and horrid, but at night, when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Oh god, of course the sun is fucking found and you ask this kind of stupid question. Right, should have guessed. Yeah, exactly. This was where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been. How cold it must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I pray to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world meets next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All the fears and fortune accumulated there and took root. Damn. But then, Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Windows to prevent flooding, that's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were for. The other purpose was to contain all the corruption that has built up on the far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were physical barriers, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. So, if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here, rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. And that's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that will make the spot we're standing right now over the water, the border between life and death. If there even was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking a lot, ma'am. That was a nice thought. The big ass bridge, guys. He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there, I wonder? Please go ahead. Alright then. I'll be poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers. And I think I found a few candidates. First, a tall man I ran into in Kinsey Body Park. I asked him for directions and trying to probe him a little, but he turned the question right back around me. And he wasn't out there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I got a sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm 40% sure he's a curse bearer. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on the south other Gateshead Street. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air on him. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul drags, I read. He'll make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young woman and a man I saw around Yogoku Bridge. This time the man came up to me asking me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they look around there often, looking for kindred spirits with my guest. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul drags in a group might be a decent idea if you could make it work. But with things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. They got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in the local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse. I feel like there's like some sort of translation problem or just my eyes having problems sometimes. Still, the park got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that turned the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in these businesses, there are some faces you get to know. Because it's Ariel here. Anyways, that's everyone who caught my eye. We found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. It's on the name, ma'am. Richard Kai, PI. No, wait, make that Richard Kai investigator extraordinaire. My investigator extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon with any outfit. No, brother, you stand out like a sore thumb. Well, the other side, the middle-aged man, the young couple sounds the most promising, am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. Let's say we hang fire and see how things play out. Once my body starts showing up, they will get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, the girl, Michio Shiraishi, the one who was with Ryuichi on the day of the kidnapping, that's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week. That was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead, only to find it turned into a literal dead end. Unless the death was the whole reason Donoichi was so shaken up. He said she was gonna curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? It seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I'll put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I got a good idea what's he's hiding. I call it a hunch. A hunch. More of a theory. Can you take a guess? I can't say for certain, but what if Mr. Jonoichi silenced Michio Shiraishi with murder? What do you think? I see, so you think Michio Shiraishi death might not have been suicide. That would certainly give him a good reason to think she'll hold a grudge, but I'm not sure I buy it. That might be a little far-fetched. I see, I'm sorry if I disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play a detective. Probably blackmail, you know. Well, no point dwelling on speculation. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jonoichi. Jonoichi. I keep saying Jonoichi. Uchi. What are we missing again, guys? Oh. Ah. It's a flamingo. Am I missing anything else? Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. It must have been about 20 years now when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it was now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy, and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs, pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate hand. What the fuck? What? It was almost a miracle when you stopped to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the pump had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar, and that they could tell it's been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait, are you talking about the Nejima murders? So I heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Oh, sure. Okay. It's a notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of the human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it to be belonging to a missing high school student, as it appeared to have been severed deliberately. The police launched a murder investigation. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head, which was what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever seen. And the fish, no shellfish, could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public as several other young women who had gone missing in recent years in Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technology at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Damn! Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nejima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into the background was conducted and leading to his arrest. Najima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confided her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, put her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, walking his way towards inward slowly and methodically. As victims continually wavered in and out of consciousness, her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss. Najima dismembered the rest of the body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning the storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. Once apprehended, Najima readily divulged details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. And asked, he would only break down in tears, saying, "I don't know what came over me. I know it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his method strongly suggests that he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Najima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. Damn, brutal. Oh fuck, I didn't expect him to look like that. I'm sorry, it shocked me. Fumichika Najima. He has nice hair. I'm not gonna lie. It's self-employed, okay. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just floating around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have floated and floated out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. A sorry story for everyone involved of her. It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go around rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is still the last place anybody would go looking. Also, was the killer stinging, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seems to be in a hurry. Young people moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. All of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chop a body up into tiny pieces and throw it in the river, it would rot quickly and disappear and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after, Fumichika Najima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. No, if his life imprisonment, it can't be him, and people began to wonder how many other girls he had murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end, but the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind and decided to avoid this area. So really, this river has been running corruption for decades now. At least that's how it seemed to me. Wow, was that interesting? I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all the darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. His eyelashes are long, by the way, guys. Sidetrack. Look at it. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, shit, are you the crazy? I was the one. Oh shit, who found the hand? I thought she was the one that killed her. Okay, the police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Oh my god, this like saucy as fuck. Are we done talking? Anything else to take? Is something wrong? Not really, it just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. Oh shit. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out of parole after 20 years. Only if they found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right, I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I heard that you've been trying to fix it recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh really? They keep an eye on him, of course, and make them report him for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities, so they won't be recognized in the workplace. My Junoichi! Could Junoichi be the person? The way you put it. It's like you're saying Fumichika and Nejima could be out on patrol right now, back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. That's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a picnic making parole a few months ago. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komakata High School a little while ago and I saw someone. A janitor, I think. And I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika and Nejima. Oh? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remember, too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. This is the weird middle-aged person then. So, what's next? The big question right now is what the rest of the conspirators are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other conspirators will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. Suspend what? Okay, you cannot currently progress any further. Once the situation changes, select resume to try again. Okay. So we're just here for now. Oh, so we have to continue on with another part of the story to be able to continue on. Okay, wait, does it make sense? Hold on. Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay, I guess we're not only doing hardware route because they're interconnected. Where is it? Hold up. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, we had to suspend it. And then we had to go to the another route for now. Okay. Let's continue on to Tetsuo's route, I guess. Hey boss. Forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow, like nothing ever happened. I thought you'd get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Do you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. I was not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the pup is. Somehow I thought it would be that simple. Oh, but I heard that high school girls are really into the spirit board thing these days. Supposedly, you can call in spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You can try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go, boss. What, now? Stop messing around. You really think you're gonna solve this case by moving a coin across scrap paper? Sounds like you know all about it. You gotta be open-minded. What if that's how police work is gonna be from now on? You wish. Don't make me laugh. Kakuri-san. Oh, is it not variations of the name? Due to occult craze, divination has become popular among young boys and girls. Yeah. Listen up, Mario. I can't when he makes this face. Why? You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghost or the occult or what. Whatever it was that did this, I'll get them. I promise that. Well, you got the right attitude, but we don't even know if it's murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Hey, boss. Hold on, we finish investigating the scene. Let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we would head straight home from here. Come on, we gotta go all over the information we've gathered. And what better place to do than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere. My man has problems and issues. Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must really into this occult stuff. You can get off being in a place like this. What you mean, being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, don't turn this around me. I'm not the one here, cripes. Fine, let's get this over with. Yay, boss. The former Yasura Gardens here in Yokoami Ichome were originally built as part of the daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. That's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. I almost feel like nothing happened here after all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing there is any consolation. Jun Eryo, a detective in Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is a sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he graduated from rookie to newbie. They look smoked together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. Why? Pond. This pond, they say, it used to flow into the Sumida River. But the river became so polluted that they had to cut it off. Yeah. Whoa, I moved the game instead. Hold up. So early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. But there were no obvious external wounds. The fact he was a police officer and the evidence of struggle means it's likely that this was a murder. The Sumida office sent it over to us and it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is to figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that's what sums things up. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau. 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was a senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? He looks like a freaking not gonna lie, Yankee. Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out drinks every month of the week. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was very popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. So it's like a good one we lost. Yes, we truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for you. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much. He had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. I see, he was a gang member. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experience to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanor suggests a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal, and caring man at heart. Oh, he left behind a fiancée whom he had dating since high school. Oh shit. Don't worry, you've plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Are you sure? Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy long time ago. There was one even younger than you. Yeah, richer. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen, though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wound, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to another unidentified individual. We got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find out who they belong to, it might be able to figure out this whole thing. It probably is another conspirator that ran into him thinking he was bad news. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if they were the end of it? The only thing Hajime held him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets. So we can rule out a mugging, though there aren't many people who would think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the pup would have been pretty strong to take on Hajime. No, not unless it's a curse. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the first division, boss. I've always admired work, and you were like a god to me. You're the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Ah, yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out at first, just as I was assigned to it. So carrying the work on case like this now, it's just too fast. It's a dream come true. Happy assignment to hear that. How should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going to see now, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you when you run him off like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure you get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. So, all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? The right of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about? No, not you two. I've been hearing about this shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff in this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo in Sumida City, so I thought that maybe cut it out. Nothing good can come out of getting involved with that, right? Or whatever, or what? I can't read, guys. My eyes have. My brain is not the eyes, it's the brain. Nothing good can come out of getting involved with that, right? Of whatever, or that record of fates. So it's like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you've been tricked by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing that back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hopping for miracles, got it? But boss, yeah? If this case really is important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division, I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher ups. I'm sure they got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It will all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you pick up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it's our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious theft, especially one involving an officer. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. They said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to be a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took this studies seriously. That's a good story, love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor, you should aspire to become the god people miss when they die in view. You say that like it's a shooting out eye. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Eh? Come on, don't be like that. You hurt my morale. Well, I guess how much I miss depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Ariel, no! Why do you have to go get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in the head of yours. Yeah, that'll be sight to see. I can't wait. You can't see about that. You can't wait for your own death. Get it together, kid. Jeez. You really are something. Thank you. What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is in the Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks, but I was surprised. It's this huge old looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone. Looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent, living in a house like that. That's that bias I was talking about. As he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about anything of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, for one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He's been seeing this fiancé ever since they were in school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there had been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey boss. I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the days before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamezawa last week. And yeah, I did hear about that. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been in trouble for some time. That's the thing. About Manko, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what I thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but he said there were no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. Hold up, water break. And that's why he was looking into this. Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigations. I see. And you're thinking that it may have something to do with his death. We have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right. Let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. And what was the other case he was working on? This one is also related to a Komagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okura. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Juvenile delinquency, fun. He was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with a girl that day he died. Well, every school got this problem. But I'm sure he'll be worried about how she get on without him. Like, just when she finally found an adult she could trust, she might act out with someone to help her to get through this. We have to make sure that the Subida Committee 50 Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with death. Then we have to interview her too. Yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little voice charm on them if they need convincing. Yeah, I'm sure they will me over a scary looking old man like you, boss. Watch it, I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit, is that how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. It's probably just me actually. Oh wow, don't you think you get away with that with other people? So anyways, boss. Were you even listening? We got quite a bit of to look into tomorrow. First, the two Komagata house case that Hajime was handling, and we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. The time of death was around 11 PM 2 days ago, outside of the park operating hours, of course. The spotty was on early in the morning yesterday, 11 PM the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at the time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but a small gate that would be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. There would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? It's hard to imagine caught by Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have caught him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They might have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There was no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The pup must have planned something. And you think it was meditated? That mean they caught Hajime to park with the intent to kill him. Or there is still a possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the pup tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from here. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Really. Funny, I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what's your stank, boss? The hell's wrong with you? Prying into my personal life like all of a sudden? It's just I never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. so then. God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she would give up on a guy like you. I was never home much. Too focused on work. I come home late only to get caught right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with all of it. How sad. Especially when you're out here putting life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of us? It was really too late by then. You better be careful, Ariel. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work, themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss. You really think I want to talk to her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean this way. That sounds... But how old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? Let's try to look so intrigued. Well, she's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Plus I heard she's living by herself and going to college. Okay. Wow, a college student. Men love an educated lady. Stop that. What kind of cup are you making? Baseless assumptions like that. She's living on her own though. Huh, you must worry about her. Worry? I even know where she lives. Also, she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you follow her around everywhere. I would not. I don't think. Come on now, we both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean woman, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. But he got more information that the guy wants to let on. So it's good, I guess, detective work. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been around the Najima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You're the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We started the case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. Or that was just tracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance. I would rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. So it's about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we overlook one little thing, we had never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no such way. There was no way such a meticulous planned crime could have been their first, but you may have stuck Fumichi Kanajima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I'm trying to think about it. I'm sorry. But boss, I think that spot does it. Right, that's quite for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh shit. Oh god, what is that? Hi boss. What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it, it was the case all along. Boss, what is it? Is it something else over there? God. Such deep sorrow. Resentful memories floating up. It's too fast. Those who deceive with falsehood and untruths will be hung up forever in eternal darkness. Kill them. Kill them. Those who spread lies. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the Custone, the Evergreen Beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Oh my god. Press the use curse button when someone lies to you. Oh my god. So anyone that lies to us will die. It's a very nice looking leaf curse. Oh fuck, this is scary though. Okay, the resentful memory. He deceived us with his so-called right of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arts swing from a rope. They had thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his cunning temperament and skills in crafting net-scale claps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic. The type to smile through no matter what life threw at him. He was the kind of man who wouldn't take care of those who didn't have anyone to else. Who would take care? Okay. The prosperity that the ukiyo-e brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he ended his own life unable to bear the weight of his crime, but dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for 3 days till his neck stretched horrifically. A visage of pain used to etch on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died. The flesh marked with the dark scars where the rope was wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree leaves did not fall, and neither did the man hanging from it. As the mansion owner was not at home, another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues fearing divine punishment, but rumors persisted nonetheless. Ah, a murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. That means the technically quite a cute Shoko anytime. Oh damn, kill. Can you hear it? Chest barrier. You who so strongly desire the right. Kill them. What? Why would he need the right for? Boss. Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really want to see now. Sorry, I'm fine. Ariel, yes, I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we got a bit of trouble on our hand. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are we talking about? Okay. Guys, as much as I want to continue on, my throat is currently killing me. I know you can't hear it, but my voice is a bit dying at this point. And honestly, you know what? I might just, go to sleep now because so much off. And I do have a early morning 7 a.m. collab to get to. It's a very short stream. Not the shortest I have, but it's a short stream nonetheless. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go rest my throat because I probably need my voice tomorrow. If we're gonna be talking 4 or 5 hours or so, given how long the game is. I mean, that's what Idora has said. I don't know, but yeah, I'm probably gonna go and rest. It's interesting so far to see what I've learned, and yeah, I'm gonna go get some sleep after vibing for a bit. Probably we will continue this game next week. No worries if you guys are excited for it like I am. Not too sure when. I'll probably have the schedule out. Hopefully by tomorrow, by Wednesday. I'm very lazy to make my schedule, guys. But yes, surprisingly muna. But as much as we thought today, maybe because I got used to the scariness of the game, the vibes, But yeah, I'm gonna go and rest myself now. Bye bye.